one can't have education without a social contract, an implicit social contract between the teachers and the learners. So in our Handprint CARE work, we asked the question of how does Handprint CARE contribute to the new social contract for education that UNESCO is calling for. And here we thought, well, we're involved in the game of reimagining our futures together through ESD. And that is taken up in the UNESCO discourse in two vital processes that underpin education. One is the acquisition of knowledge, and as subject teachers, we teach knowledge. And that knowledge is part of the common heritage of humanity. And there are many different types of knowledge that we need to include in our education processes. But in ESD, we're also involved in the creation of new knowledge and new possible futures. And that is one of the central imperatives that we're involved with. And in Handprint CARE, we started to realize that when it comes to the possibility of a new social contract, that the pedagogy needs to be expanded around an ethic of cooperation and solidarity is what UNESCO suggests. And we found that cooperation and solidarity were part of the central tenets of a handprint approach. Then also the pedagogy must foster empathy and compassion. Of course, Handprint CARE is centered on this as people work together to transform ourselves and our world through ESD. Next, learning develops through co-engaged relationships between teachers, students, and the available knowledge. That's why we have schooling, and that's why we teach subjects. And learning extends student relationships and an ethic of care and shared responsibility within a common world can be generated. So we started to realize there was a big compatibility between the social contract in Handprint CARE and the key factors that are being highlighted in the UNESCO documents. And of course, pedagogy activates transformative learning encounters. And here the learning-led transformative learning encounters around the realities, the local matters of concern, and the idea of change projects, what we can build together. So what came out in our reflection on Handprint CARE and the new social contract was a Handprint CARE approach opens the way to education as situated learning actions that are more inclusive. These approaches can enable students and their teachers to engage the sustainability and social justice challenges of the modern era and in positive ways. And this was a key aspect. We don't want to be giving children all of the problems of the world to reflect on, but we want to be engaging them in positive ways. And here's a key reading, the UNESCO document that you might be interested to follow up on.